What's up, gamers? This is Th3Ruthless, and today we're gonna go through the weekly update of Aion 2 that came with a big chunk of patch notes, and we're gonna analyze what's new in the game. Let's go. First things first, we're gonna analyze everything that's happening in the game, but I'm not gonna stay in detail for the different classes because I am not able to show you, and there's no reason just going through and reading the patch notes. So let's go for the important stuff. A new battle status mode system has been added that allows you to select PvP to fight at any point in time. What is this? Is you can change from PvE to PvP any moment, and that's mostly because you want to go to Helio side or when the Helio side are coming to you. Let's go and say why this is important, because every 3 hours now, this is in the patch notes, there's a small rift that's happening in the game. This is the rift right here. It's called SpaceTime Rift, that allows you to go to the Helio side and do the small dungeons that give you these crystals that are skill points for the trees that you have. If you don't know, it's the Divanian system, so it gives you points for these different trees. So what happens is that when we were going in this area, we were getting killed, and you had to use a kisk in order to survive in this area. Because when people see you, they want to chase you and kill you. So when you were going in the Space-Time Rift, you only had 1 hour to do the quests, the mini dungeons, let's say. So if people would kill you, you would come back to the side and you could not go back to Helio's side. So this is changing. You can now go as PvE player and you don't have any problem. Now, from level 45, you can change your combat status. In other race areas, you cannot change the combat status settings. That means that you can go by being PvE. After changing the settings, you will need to wait 1 hour and 10 minutes before changing them again. Characters of other races with PvP settings are marked in red. And the Abyss area is dedicated area that is always available for PvP regardless the battle stat setting. This is for the Abyss place. If you go to this map, there are mobs you can farm your Abyss points and take your PvP gear, which is and growth gear as well, which is right here. These are the Abyss points. So this is always gonna be a PvP area, but that's the point of the game anyway. Moving on to Abyss point season limits, there has been a weekly limit for 200,000 points per week, and per day you can go up to 25,000 points. The total amount of Abyss points earned during the season is limited to 2.5 million. This is for whales to stop being whales. We will see. But this is something good because it gatekeeps farmers and bots. Okay. The number of marks of Lord God collected in Bertrand and Altcard has been changed from 1 to 4. Okay, characters have already completed the collection will receive additional amount times 3 according to the number of traces of the Lord collected. Now, this is about the feathers. So if you can see on the map here, there are multiple feathers that you can gather. Okay, I have gathered many of them, but if the total number that you can collect is 560. So before this patch update, you had to collect all 560 in order to be full maxed on the levels and be able to level up your amulet. So now if we go there again, you see I'm level 30 and I haven't covered everything. So what happens for those who gathered it? You have to go to Substance Morph, and here you can see, where is it? Let me find it. But it's here somewhere. Here it is, Enhanced Stone. So you give the Empyrean Trace Halt card, which are the feathers that you are gathering, in order to take Enhanced Stones. So for those who haven't gathered all the feathers, you can still gather the feathers and take Enhanced Stones in exchange. Now, moving forward, characters that have already collected will get the compensation. Yes, a blueprint will be added that allows you to materialize the traces of Bertheron and Altcard, obtaining 50 enhancement stones for each one. Is the one I showed you right now. The trace of the Lord can be transformed up to 1068 per server. Okay, the character synchronization function on the server will be implemented on 17th of December on Wednesday. What that is, they will synchronize our characters, because if you make an alt character, you have to do everything from the beginning. So they will synchronize some of the stuff. Probably it's going to be for the feathers. We hope it's going to be for other things as well, like for the solo dungeons. It would be a nice touch, but the character would be a bit overpowered in their levels, but we will see what will happen about that. Now, I'm not going to go through the class balancing because, as I said, This is for different classes, and I don't want to stick in it. I want to give you the important information that are about everyone. What I saw from those is that there was a buff on Cleric and a buff on the Guardian. So, enhancements, crack in time and space. As I said, these little rifts that is probably here right now, it's gone. Okay, so the rift that we had before, that little pink rift that would take you to Helio's side, was spawning every 4 hours. It would take up to 200 people, and it would last only 15 minutes. So, rifts in time changed to 3-hour cycle, spawning on 2, 5, 8, and 11 o'clock every day. The number of people who can cross through the rift in construction has been adjusted from 200 to 400. So there are 2 different rifts, if I remember correctly. So that means that we get a total of 800 people passing through the rifts. Now, if you go through the rift and finish all the dungeons, you don't really care to go back again. So it's fine. So on the expedition, we have some boss skill bugs that have been fixed. Issues you could not enter boss rooms, blah, blah, blah. This is not important. It is important, but it's not a big change fixing a bug. Levels of Transcendence, tier 7, 8, and 10 monsters have been lowered. Transcendence. It's here. This is where you collect your Arcana. Really important. Generally in the game, the item level was not correct as an entry requirement. The bosses and the mobs were way harder than they were for the actual requirement. Moving forward, refers the Abyss through the Rahu boss killer has been fixed. Okay. Nothing important here. The minimum amount of contribution required of using odd energy cube has been set. Okay. Enhancement stones has been added as emergency and weekly reward. This is also important. So if you would go to supply request, you can see that now instead of only Abyss points, you also take enhanced stones. This is really good. A supplementary, let's say, reward, but whatever you take is good in this game. Abyss field name monsters and dimensional core bosses have been increased. Okay, that's about the Abyss. After the Abyss artifact control battle ends, the teleport function will be activated. It allows you to travel to the capture artifact based on the results. So what happens is we have a map. I don't know if I can go to a different map location right now. Anyway, if you go on the Abyss, there is a war that's happening. I will actually go to the Abyss. There's a war that has been happening. I think it's every week. So there are 3 contested points. These 3 contested points, when one side wins and they get the point, you can go inside for 5 minutes, farm mobs, and take a lot of Abyss points. Now, these are the 3 points, as you can see. The Archipelago, the Resanta, and the Sulfur Tree Island. Now, we only own this one, so I can go inside there. What they added is that before, you had to go there and then press the gate, let's say, to go in. Now you can teleport. A good addition in order to help us with the traveling. Now, let's go to the Abyss rank buff added. The Abyss rank system has been added to increase the amount of Abyss point earned. The lower the Abyss rank, the more Abyss points you earn from hunting and PvP. That's really good. So that means that the game helps people that did not do early stuff like this to take more points and let's say it's a catch-up mechanic. So this effect starts at 30% for trainees and decreases by 3% as you rank up. And 3% is applied when you are a tier 1 soldier. This effect does not apply to 1-star officer onwards. That's the high ranks. Subjugations, boss and monster stats in raid have been lowered. As I said, they had the lower. Let me show it to you again. So, for example, if I wanted to go on expedition, here on the Fire Temple, that is 2,200, this was not a correct representation because the actual expedition was really, really harder. So, what they did was they nerfed the boss and the mobs in order to be able to be killed from people that are in this item level. Awakening monsters stats have been nerfed. It's the same for everything almost, I see. Garrison and Seal dungeons, monster drop rewards have been removed. Now, this, it's okay in Garrison and Seal dungeons. Monster drop rewards have been removed and 15,000 kina can be obtained for clearing Seal dungeons and garrisons. It is what it is. Maybe people found a bug and spammed it. Daily dungeon Deva Bio research reduced the monster kill time per wave from 2 minutes to 1 minute and 30 seconds. The number of points earned per monster has been increased. This is in order. You can see here we have the daily dungeon, which the Deva Bio research. It says that you can get max rewards by 10k. No one could reach 10k. We will see if it will make a difference now. I haven't tried it myself yet. Quest dungeon, except Lyozu Coastal Cave and Demon Shadowy Cave and Mysterious Rock Cave, the monster level of the quest dungeon has been lowered. Okay, irrelevant. Improving and modifying your name change rights. Okay. The reuse limit for deleted character names has been changed to 7 days. The name change right item can be stored in the warehouse and fixed an issue where there was a character with a name change right in the character selection window. It was displayed as 0 for the first time. Irrelevant. When creating a character, and confirmation window has been added when entering a name and clicking OK button. The reuse limit of character names deleted during character creation has been changed to 7 days. The same information as above. Preferences. Added the ability to turn the world map transition on or off. The description in the live hazard alert item has been modified. The description of the auto sprint actions have been modified. Really not something important. Monolith level achievement effect stats have been changed. Bertrand Altgard's, this they had nerfed the monolith and now they are bringing back the original stats. I don't know what they are thinking by increasing and decreasing. They are maybe testing the game in order to be ready for the release in global, hopefully. Veterans and Alker monolith has been added to time, space, and action stats. Okay. Stats have been removed. In Ereskikal monolith, the time, space, and action stats has been removed, and PvP attack defense, hit evasion, critical strike, and critical resistance stats have been added. Okay. Improved stats given. The efficiency of the stats given among the main character stats have been increased. Pantheon, fix the Pantheon buff icon displayed on the passive tab of the effective information below. These are not really important, guys. Parties and invitation, this is something good because the main notification UI has been improved to appear at the top of the screen, such as inviting parties and force applying inviting to participate in dungeon waiting rooms, preparing for battles, blah, blah, blah. Fixed an issue where the Legion name of another user to be invited was displayed incorrectly by the forced settings window. Okay. Attempts to break into party forced dungeons would occasionally fail and you will not be able to participate in other dungeons. I've never had this issue. Fixed an issue where the dying while setting advanced item distribution, the item list would be displayed. I never used that as well, but I guess if they were bugged, it's better that they fixed it. Maximum stack of items. Finally, there was no space in our inventory in our bank. The maximum number of stacks per slot for some items has been increased. When using the inventory auto alignment feature after maintenance, the increased stack criteria are applied and merged. Perfect. Fixed an issue, had an achievement, not really important. Sugo Festa, a standard score for preventing abuse has been added, and if it's not met, the lowest ranking will be set. Okay, this was because whenever you were going into some of the events, everyone would stay AFK, they would go to minus 400 points. So this was an abuse, so everyone would take 6 rewards. So this is a good fix. The cycle of the odd drops reappearing in the Sugo Festa odd drop collection event has been a little faster. In the Sugo Festa Hidden Look event, Sugo participants start with 70 points. The entry time of the Dimensional Invasion event has been adjusted to 3 minutes. Okay. Exchange. Change the exchange to sort items for the highest rank. We don't care about exchanges, it's pay to win. The appearance, blah, blah, blah. Other improvements. Chat message system has been updated to allow you to deliver highlighted messages to the force. Change to that when a character is incapacitated, the equipment presets will not switch. The dungeon application UI has been modified to display the level, class, and item level information for character applied for irrelevant stuff. Additional guards have been placed around the entrance of the dungeon and strongholds in the field. This is because people would gather in enemy areas and try to camp people. Okay. The term skin used in some content has been unified as appearance. Okay, this is trash. This is important because viewing for request time has changed from 10 seconds to 2 seconds finally, because if someone would join your party, you had to inspect them, and then you had a 10-second cooldown to inspect the next person. This was stupid. Thank God they fixed this. After entering a search term, you can press enter key to search. What the fuck? If character is unable to use potions due to status elements, the automatically used potions will be disabled. Okay, in the crafting UI, the favorites on the view only acquired designs, filters, menus have been rearranged to make easier to select. Other than this, nothing else is really important here. Okay, the fixes. The probability of obtaining wing items in Pokorno's appearance package engraved and hidden cube has been restored. This is very good because we were not looting wings in the cubes. Damage flow to explosion. Okay. These are not important. New stone items awarded as quest rewards have been changed to untradeable items. Fixed an issue where high-level spirit stones were automatically equipped when moving servers. Never moved one. The number of forts can be extracted regularly from mods that appear after defeating the expedition boss will be adjusted from 3 to 1. Fixed an error with the Arcana card icon and intermediate and advanced training. No issues. Fixed an issue where the shock hit skill in the Guardian Castle Divine was displayed as raging. Minor fixes, irrelevant. Fixed an issue where the key or transaction rate was not displayed in personal transactions. Okay. Messages were not immediately displayed in the mini chat window. Yes, that's true. Fixed an issue where the chat close button was displayed in private trading. Never seen this. I've never traded as well. The probability tab of probability display pop-up has also been modified to display probabilities up to 6 decimal places. Irrelevant. The Resurrection Spirit Stone product can be purchased with Kina is now in stock at the British Chamber of Commerce. Okay. I'm not gonna go in about mobile. This is pretty much it. The most important stuff to remember is that, in conclusion, they changed the feathers. The feathers right now, instead of 560, are to 140. So if you make an ult, you only need to gather 140 to finish the monolith. Now, if you wanna go and gather the rest, you can also go to Substance Morph. And as we said, you can take, let me find it again. Here, you can exchange the extra feathers in order to get enhanced stones. The Abyss points limit in the farm has been 25,000 per day and 200,000 per week. Also in the Abyss, you get 30% extra bonus on farming Abyss points while you are low rank, and it decreases by 3% in every rank you go. They have increased the amount of drops in the daily dungeon, and the time to kill the mobs has been decreased. They fixed Sugo Festival abuse. They have they nerfed most of the dungeons because they were not, the representing entry requirements were false. And what else was there? Made some fix in Pantheon. Cubes can drop wings. Of course, they fixed the displays on the parties and when you're trying to join an expedition. And when you go into an expedition, you can now, let's say, for example, here, you can watch someone, and then after 2 seconds, you can watch someone again. So this is really, really good. And that concludes the patch updates. Also, there is a big boost on Spirit Master. Spirit Master is a very, let's say, controversial class. It's very different from all the others, so it received a big buff with a cleric as well. Not so big. Cleric didn't receive so big buff, but he has become better and better. Hopefully we'll see more clerics in the game, because I haven't done one myself. It's very hard to play without a cleric in this game. So this was this. Oh, the most important I forgot about the people that haven't finished the solo dungeons. The rifts will appear now every 3 hours. They go from 200 to 400 people, and you can stay for 1 hour, and you can swap from PvP to PvE. So if you go like PvE there, nobody is gonna be able to kill you. So this was everything that you need to know about the updates. It's really nice that NCSoft shows interest in upgrading the game into something better. Hopefully in the global release, we won't have the pay-to-win system that is currently here. I will make another video that I will talk about how pay-to-win system works in this game, so everyone can understand if they want to play it or not. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.